since in my teenage, like I always like wanted to become a like entrepreneur, you know. But the online like thing. One time, like my cousin said to me, like, "Do you know like you can just use like a software called Photoshop and then edit the like photos and then remove the backgrounds and change your clothes and things." I said, "Okay, that's amazing." So I went to the local store in my area,
It's like
and
to go from being an entrepreneur to being more of a corporation. So I want to show that to the audience real quick. This is the site that Faison built, and it's very extensive. It has. I encourage you to check it out. He put so much work into this, and he also did another site for me. Let's see if I can put up a book, Dr. Smiley. So you've made several sites, but you can actually go to the different parts of
when
this.
you have to do this stuff, right? We always wait for a right time to come. Let's, for example, if I think I want to become like a good person in 3 months or 4 months, I can do this, I can do that, and then at the other hand, I'll just wait. Yeah, I should wait like maybe like 2 3 days more, or maybe like 1 month to start my my goal. But in reality, there's a no right time. You really have to do
I
it right
disagree
now.
with you. Guess what? Now we'll start again. Happy New Year, Faison.
Happy New Year, sir.
All right.
2025.
So I made a resolution or a commitment that I would do a show a day. So I I select you because you're the person who's making most of the dreams, the websites, the IG, the influence, all this stuff happening. So you were put in my book as a thank you and an acknowledgement of changing my life. So I wanted to have the audience hear what it is to be vulnerable and step into areas we don't even know where we're going yet.
Exactly, and yeah, and it's my pleasure, to work with you since day one, as we like growing your, Instagram and like social media stuff, and then the website and all the things that we're working together. I know the 2025 will be big, you know. I know
Right.
like we did lots of things in 2024, and the like 2025 will be more bigger, than 2024. Yep.
So Faison, we'll see how this goes, but you have a big project you've been working on for about 3 months, and people don't know who you
Yeah.
are. You said this is your very first podcast show. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I never speak in front of the camera before, so it's my first time. So I'm a little bit hesitate, like what to speak and things. So yeah, it's my
Well,
first time probably since working, in online field. I've been working like long time, so it's my first time. Exactly.
so this will be a nice experiment for both of us because I've never interviewed someone who's a technician, someone who handles content and helps create more influence in one's life. And as an entrepreneur, I was trying to get more IG followers, and you gave me a lot of education on no, you don't want more followers, you want more engagement, and you want more true followers because I had unfortunately had an app that was giving me some followers that were not, I don't know, they weren't fake, but they weren't also very genuine because they didn't have very many followers themselves. So I wanted the audience to learn who you are. This is a shorter show, just so that we can get our first show check marked. It's like when you start your first day and you say, "Wow, I'm gonna start working out," and you go to the gym and you just go for 20 minutes. So we're just gonna do a 10 or 20-minute show, introduce the
Hmm.
world to you and your brilliance. And I was before the show, I was going over things like, "Hey, how do I do?" Live stream on YouTube? How do I do it on all these different methodologies? And you said, Ken, I'll learn this stuff and I'll share it with you. So we're going to have an ongoing education too. So Faison, who is Faison? And it's Manzoor.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, my real name is Muhammad Faizan Awasi. So and Manzoor is my father name. So you can just say me Faizan Manzoor. So it's on the social media actually, but my real name is like Muhammad Faizan Awasi.
Okay, well
So
you can put on your Facebook how people can ask you questions because I know there's going to be a lot of questions. So where were you born?
well, I born in like Sheikhupura. It's like a joint city of Lahore, Pakistan. So it's
Mhm.
like a industrial area mostly. So. Uh, I born in like 1998, so I'm just like almost like 26 or 28 or so.
Uh-huh. And what languages do you speak?
Usually just speak my main language is Punjabi mostly, and or like we speak Urdu, but I don't really much know about like Urdu. Uh, but I can speak properly Punjabi, but I can't really speak Urdu. So
Okay.
that's my bad thing.
Well, cool. So I acknowledge you in my 60th book as a person who was making a difference in my life. In the third book, we're going to have you in, of course, again. But tell me, you've lived mainly in Pakistan, but you were recently in London, right, or in the UK?
Yeah. Actually, like I went to the UK for my higher studies. So obviously, I'm doing like undergrad study there. My 1 year is almost ending, so I have 3 more years to go. I'm going back to like England probably next month or like in Feb. So yeah,
And you're going to come visit America too.
exactly. I'll see you in by the time your birthday come, inshallah.
And what does inshallah mean?
The good time is coming, inshallah.
And I had heard from someone it was inshallah. It was if God wills it. Is that also correct?
Yeah, exactly. Good timing is coming, inshallah.
Inshallah. That is, I had a
Mhm.
good friend of mine from Algeria who, whenever we spoke of
Mhm.
each other again, he'd say inshallah. So
Mhm.
I have fond memories of that particular expression. So, anything else you'd like to share with the audience about who you are and how you became who you are?
Well, since like in my teenage, like I always like wanted to become a like entrepreneur, right? But the online like thing. One time, like my cousin said to me, like, "Do you know like you can just use like a software called Photoshop and then edit the like photos and then remove the backgrounds and then change your clothes and things." I said, "Okay, that's amazing." So I went to the local store in my area, but I couldn't find that software, which is the Photoshop. So I thought, okay, that's something interesting. And then like we had the like access the like internet since like 2002 or 2003, but I don't really know about like this thing. So the first thing I know about the online thing, especially the editing from my cousin, and then afterward I got interested was that I have to learn more about it. And then I started like exploring YouTube, and then like I started learning like graphic designs. That's my first job, by the way. I was a like graphic designer, and then I worked for around like 3 or 4 years. And then I switched my like career to like web development and then marketing. Now like I'm doing two things, which is the web development and the like marketing since like 2014 or 15, I think so. I'm mainly doing the freelance work.
Well, I wanted to say it's interesting how the world works. You worked with a very good friend of mine, and he referred you to do a site for us, and you worked really a beautiful piece. It caused me to change my logo. It caused me to just step into what it's like to go from being an entrepreneur to being more of a corporation. So I want to show that to the audience real quick. This is the site that Faison built, and it's very extensive. As I encourage you to check it out. He put so much work into this, and he also did another site for me. Let's see if I can put up a book, Dr. Smiley. So you've made several sites, but you can actually go to the different parts of this and get the books and fill out stuff and actually become a future author if you like. So Faison, just brilliant work. I know that it's a work in progress. So isn't everything though?
Yeah, exactly. Like I was really interested, when I see you in one meeting. I do remember we are like setting up like a go high level, and with
Mhm.
the other guy, I don't remember his name was that, but I saw you like first time in the meeting, and then obviously I can recommend me to you to work with you. And now since like it's been like few months, like we're working together, and then it's my pleasure and then you inspired me every day. Uh, how this thing work. I'm not like obviously I don't call myself to be an expert. First of all, I call myself as a creative thinker who can like figure out this stuff along the way. As I learn, I can do it and practice and just like figure out this thing. No.
Well, I think it's
And
been more than a few months. I think we've been, gosh, I think it's almost been three-quarters of a year. Is it correct?
yeah, we first met in April
Yeah.
or May, I guess. Yeah. And then now, it's like 2025, and since, we're working still together, inshallah, we
Yes.
will do more and more projects in 2025, inshallah. Yeah.
Yes. And I was mimicking you with a beard in December. We both had beards. I didn't have long hair though, like you.
That's like different thing. When I went to the UK, my boss cut my hair, and I was so mad that time. I thought, I shouldn't be, had like short hair. I should have
Right.
long hair now. I'm just getting, long hair again. Hopefully, in 2, 3 months, I'll just get better.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share before we talk about the beautiful thing you're making?
Yeah, the only thing that I wanted to share with you, especially like I'm not like as a like a youngster right now. I wanted to share like obviously you have more experience than me, but there's only one thing I experienced in my life. I don't think like there's a like a right time when you have to do this stuff, right? We always wait for a right time to come. Let's, for example, if I think I want to become like a good person in 3 months or 4 months, I can do this, I can do that, and then on the other hand, I'll just wait. Yeah, I should wait like maybe like 2, 3 days more, or maybe like 1 month to start my, my goal. But in reality, there's a no right time. You really have to do
I
it right
disagree
now.
with you. I disagree. I think there is a
Okay.
right time. I think the right time is now.
Yeah, exactly. Right time is now. There's no like right now. Like let's for example, you say like you're gonna do it tomorrow. No, you just have to do it now. Now, if you haven't succeeded yet, the harsh reality is that you are probably not good enough. But
Well,
that doesn't mean you can't be,
I'll share
right?
two things that are right now. Okay. The first thing I'll share that's right now is that if I hadn't promised my mom I'd write my first book, then I probably wouldn't know you because I was 60 books ago. And that one book led to a journey of books that led to a conversation with our friend that recommended me to you. So all these things
Mhm.
start the journey if it is now. If you wait, the journey starts later and the surprises start later. And sometimes you never get to it. And sometimes you never find out what your meaning in life is or how powerful you can be. The second one is that today I met you and we had some internet problems and we said, "Hey, would you like to be my first guest?" I was trying to have someone like Asraf be on my show, but I couldn't get a hold of him. And John Asraf's birthday is today. And there were other wonderful people that have their birthday. I just couldn't get anyone that could commit. I guess it's a holiday. And so I asked you, would you be my first guest? And you said you would. You're turning around, by the way. There you go. Okay. So,
Sorry. Yeah.
thank you for being my first guest. And I think it's very symbolic because um, you have been a creative thinker in coming up with something that I know is not out yet, but it's going to be out very soon. And it's called the Reader Leader Dashboard.
Yeah.
And the Reader Leader Dashboard for anyone that's done Duolingo or any type of
Hmm.
application where there's a weekly leader contest, but then there's also a comprehensive contest. It is how many books are you reading and how many are you reviewing? And you only get counted for reading it when you do a review. So it's
Yeah,
not
you
a,
got it right.
you have
Yeah.
to do a review. And when you do a review, what happens is the author receives um, praise and gratitude that they made a
Yeah.
difference. And so
I
just one more second. So if you decided, like I'm deciding to do one show a day, which I inshallah I hope is
inshallah.
365 at the end of the year, and you will be my last show of the year because I want you to start the year and finish the year. Um,
Inshallah.
it would be amazing that you read one book a day. And reading one book a day doesn't mean you take off work and you read 8 hours. It just means that you grab a book you own or a book that you want to read and you just read it for anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. Just like Duolingo. Duolingo is not about you mastering the language, it's about you practicing the language and getting better. So currently I'm taking Spanish, French, Arabic, and Hebrew, and I spend roughly 10 minutes on each. You're moving your screen, Faison. You don't need to move your
That's
screen.
actually something
You're
that
gonna
I
have
don't know,
people
like.
going like this. They're gonna be going crazy. So, why don't you explain this? What this board's going to do, and what your challenges were with creating it, and anything else you'd like to share.
Actually, like a leaderboard is a big thing, Obviously, if someone like used like Duolingo, is like a similar type of features, but it's a more like a leaderboards. Like you have to like compete with each person, each like a member of the like who. Let's for example, I'm reading this book right now, which you call Atomic Habit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I complete this book, I review it on Amazon. I got like a point-based system, right?
Yes, you get 1 point
Where
for each review, and
yeah,
you have to do a link to the review so that they can actually see the book you read and what the review was.
yeah, exactly. And as well, like there's like some discounts that we're gonna give to each member, but obviously that thing is like a bit like we are like working in the development process. Once that launch, it's gonna be a big thing,
Well,
inshallah.
theoretically, mathematically, if
Yeah,
we have if we have 100 people or we have 1,000
mm,
people, and a certain percentage of them decide to play very big, you'll have potentially 100 reviews to 1,000 reviews for your book. Now, this is
yeah,
also because you're committing to playing big too. You're not there to have everyone read your book. You're there to also participate in reading everyone else's book too.
exactly, exactly.
Well, good. Okay, so my friend Ed Caldwell is the person who helped me make the book World Power, and
Hmm.
this is kind of a symbolic. The first one is, of course, the Joker. The first card is the Ace of Spades, and although I did this last year and I didn't go through the whole deck, there's now 2 decks. We hope to have 6 by the end of the year. Is I will choose a word each day, inshallah, and
Inshallah.
this is the word I'm picking for the second time. It's abstemious, and abstemious
Yeah.
means not self-indulgent, especially with food or
Hmm.
drink. And so last night it was painful for me, but I believe that when you start a New Year's resolution, you start it with momentum. And momentum is that if you decide that you're not going to drink, you shouldn't drink the day before, because then you are actually drinking and saying that that is the habit I'd like to take into the new year. So I I decided last night, as painful as it was, not to celebrate with alcohol, which was a new experience for me, especially on New Year's Eve. But the water was good. I felt great when I woke up, and I went to the gym today, and I also went to the park with my son. And I'm not sure. I heard the door open, and he may be here. And if he was here, I'd love to have him just say hello, because he's got to go back to
Of
school
course,
tomorrow.
yes.
So, would you mind just entertaining for just 1 minute? Just 1 minute. I'm going to put my
Yeah.
video off, and I'm going to see if I can get my son real quick. This is unorthodox, but we're going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Did you entertain everybody, Faison?
Yeah, exactly.
Were you
Yeah,
entertaining?
yeah, I
Were you
did.
doing all kinds of juggling acts?
Not really. Not really.
Okay, so my son is here, and he got a 3D printer. Do you have your stuff with you? Oh, I see you're wearing your. Okay, you got some of it. Okay, so he's wearing his new Ravens hat, and do you have one of your books?
Um,
You don't have to. We can. So, what did you get for Christmas?
a printer, and I have been quite addicted to printing stuff with it. I made my dad something. It's a infinity cube.
You hold it up higher so they
It's
can
not a
see it.
fidget though. It's so it keeps on going forever.
That's interesting, mashallah.
Yes. So he made the little stand for it, and perhaps he'll go
Hmm.
and get a couple other things to show off just real quickly,
Okay.
a
Hmm.
couple other fidget things or whatever you want, and then also your book. You're going to say something about your book you want to show off, and then his books were at the Howard County Library. So if you look up
Oh.
Howard County, Maryland, it's one of the
Hmm.
it's one of the bigger education counties in the United States. I think it's ranked as high as number 2 or in the top 5 in the United States. So he goes to that school system, and I'm going to let
Hmm.
him show you some of the things he made. Go ahead, Kenny.
Okay.
And remember the screen's there.
This is the first thing I wanted to show you. It's a dragon, 3D printed dragon. It's really
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
and it
Okay.
bends and
Very
stuff.
good.
The second one I want to show you is a
So
fidget.
there you go.
It could unfold like that.
That's very good and
I could
interesting.
also
Remember the
do,
screen is here.
yeah, I could also do this.
That's interesting.
So we'll have when you come to America, we'll make you some of these things.
And
Okay. So
Okay.
this, which is different, separate hexagons that are hollow.
yeah.
And,
So if
that's
it's
touching each
yeah,
other,
so if
but
it stays in the center, it's a hexagon, and you can even turn it.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Isn't that cool? That's
What kind of material is this?
it's fiber, plastic fiber.
yeah, it's
Okay.
Filament. It's plastic filament. Okay, go ahead. Hold it up in the camera.
It's called a flexi grid. It
Mhm.
doesn't bend like it's supposed to. It's separate parts, and then they could do that. And it was really sketchy for me and my dad to pop it because each one of those was together.
Yeah, so it looks like a flat.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
And the last thing I want to show you is this see-through. It's a Crunch Labs gun. It's made by Mark Rober.
There's Mark Rober's initials
Oh.
right there, and he has millions and
That's
millions of
great.
followers. And go ahead and show the
So,
power of it. Go ahead and show
This
the.
is the trigger that so if I pull it back, then it's really
Oh.
this is pressurizing it because they're bending and they want to be straight, so they go like that.
So it'll shoot a pellet pretty hard. Yeah, it's got a lot of torque in there. So when you pop this, it's really hitting that hard. So
Interesting
there you go.
stuff.
So Kenny, why don't you one last thing, your America book, and share something about America since he's coming to our country. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Faison, with our audience? I know that you're going to be giving a lesson about something every time you come on. Today, you were just talking about the new reader board, and I'm very excited about such a game changer. There's so many people that are frustrated that they don't know how to connect their book to readers, and they don't know how to measure it, and they don't have to have accountability. I mean, when you give books to people, you might give 1,000 books away, and you only get 13 reviews, and you're like, what happened? So this is a way to actually cause people to get excited about doing the reviews as well. So last thing.
Last thing is my America book my dad told you about. It has facts
Yeah.
about all of the different cool
Where
places.
did you just see your books?
Oh, at my local library, Howard County Public School System. I saw all my books there. Not all of them, besides the Machu Picchu.
Well, you didn't see 5 of them basically.
Yeah.
But there's
This is
Mission
great.
Barbecue. That's where he got the idea of doing a book for America. And then he got a letter from President Biden. And then these are some of the wonderful presidents that he wanted to honor in the back of the book. So Kenny, good job. I was excited for you as well.
Good job.
And he's applying to be on the front of the magazine for the Howard County Public Library, which is a pretty
Inshallah, he will.
and he's in a new magazine that's coming out. I think it already came out, Kenny. It came out digitally. All right. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So we've completed our first show, and it didn't hurt at all, did it?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so now you can say you've been on a show. It's called the Dr. Smiley Show, and I am committed to amplifying goodness, and we are amplifying the goodness of Faizan Manzoor, who is a beautiful creative brain and solutions and results-driven person for entrepreneurs. And Kenny, okay, he went back downstairs. I will let him hear that you're an entrepreneur and that you help entrepreneurs, because the one thing I'll say that is something that's heartfelt for me is without people like you, entrepreneurs' dreams have a hard time showing up in the world. So thank you for
Exactly.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. Well, this is Dr. Smiley, and we hope to see you every single day on this channel. And we're going to be honoring beautiful, heart-centered people like Faizan, who bring not only smiles and joy, but they actually bring some pretty cool knowledge and information. Why don't we close out with you giving one tip that people could do that would make a difference for their 2025?
Well, I can. The only thing I can say, anybody can do anything. If you say something, oh yeah, I can't do this one. Let's, for example, the one thing that you mentioned, like connecting leaderboards, to the Amazon. They can learn it and they can practice at the same time. It's
But what
easy
about the
thing. It's
IG?
like here.
What about IG
It
though?
just it is the same thing. Like mostly people think like you need to be have like around millions of followers. Like in a day one, like, and then so you can get the like yeah, a big like IG influencers. With fake followers. But I don't think like that's a good thing. I must say like you have to be have like good engagement. If you have like less followers but you have good engagement, you'll be the influencers who have like millions of followers, for sure.
Well, I appreciate all the help you've given. I think I'm around 4,000 followers. And when I came to you, I was only at like 1,000. And it's not about, like you said, the amount of followers, it's the quality of the followers. It's that you're
Yeah,
making
quality
a
of followers.
difference. And you have me being seen by, 5 to 10,000 people per, the engagement is very high for my videos. So it's not just the follow or
Exactly.
the engagement.
Yeah, we are almost getting like 6,000 now, from 1,000 to 6,000,
Yeah, that's great.
It's a
Well,
pretty
let's,
big.
let's tell the listeners how they can reach out to you. What's the best way to connect with you?
If someone have like any business inquiries, they can reach out to me via email, which is mfezan263 @gmail.com. And the second thing is I do have the Facebook, which is the facebook.com/Faizan Manzoor 786 FAIZANMANZOOR
And we'll put links.
7.
We'll put links to that. And
Yeah,
with you
exactly.
doing more shows, we might have to have you have an IG.
Exactly. I'll definitely like use the IG. I'm not really using IG right
And you're
now,
going to
but
help
I'll
me get
definitely.
you're going to help me get the other options. There were several other options that you could do. There were YouTube, there was
Yeah,
TikTok, I think. I mean, it was whatever they were.
TikTok
Yeah, so when you do one show and you have all those different channels being live, it helps really
all
get.
together. We're gonna connect it, inshallah, on the next thing.
Okay. Well, thank you, Faison. Happy New Year. And I'm really
Happy New
blessed
Year,
to have you
sir.
as a friend.
Inshallah,
Thank
I'll
you.
see you next time. All right.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Now I'm going to